Hello. Okay, next tutorial. Today's video is going to be just a little bit different, you might have noticed. Today, I'm going to teach you how to do 2 relatively easy makeups using just a few out of the kit products. One with wax and one with latex, and both of them are relatively simple to do too. Simple, but hopefully effective. These makeups don't take too long to do, but they're super fun to do, at least I think so. These makeups are for a broken nose effect and for a person who's clearly got an headache. Yeah. Oh, and took an axe to the head. Not a great way to start the day, really, is it? I like to think these makeups are perfect if you need any last-minute Halloween ideas. So yeah, fluffies, if you'd like to learn how to recreate these makeups for yourself, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so to make my nose look nice and broken, that is a strange sentence, but bear with me. I'm going to start off by applying an adhesive just onto my nose area. I'm doing that just so I have a nice base for the wax to adhere to. The adhesive that I'm going to be using is my Mayron Spirit Gum. This is the same spirit gum that I use to block out my eyebrows. It's actually the same wax as well that I use, funnily enough. Incidentally, the wax that I'm going to be using is by Grimas, and this is their Derma Wax. You could use latex for this look if you wanted to, depending on your preference, to be honest. I just find the wax looks a lot more skin-like. I was going to say flesh-like then. Ugh. So I'm just going to go apply a layer of the spirit gum to my nose, let that dry, and we can work on the wax. So then, when my nose is nice and dry, we can take the Derma Wax by Grimas, as I mentioned before, and I'm just going to take some of that wax, not too much, about this size, and I'm just going to start working it with my fingers until I get a snake shape. I'm then just going to pop that down just onto the bridge of my nose, slightly off to one side, and then we can just push the ends down into the skin and taper it off. I'm then just going to take my trusty metal spatula and I'm just going to push down the edges until it blends off into my skin. So the plan is to have a shape that goes down, around, and then back down again. Okay, so now that I've blended the edges, hopefully you can see the curve that I've gone for. So then I'm going to take my trusty spatula and just score going across the bridge. Okay, so now we have an impact point. So then I'm just going to take some more spirit gum and just cover the wax just to seal everything in. So then, when it's nice and dry, we can start colouring in the wax. So I'm going to be using an alcohol activated palette for this. The palette that I'm going to be using is called Lighter Flesh Tones by Nils Materials. I'm only using this palette just because it's got colours that better suit my skin tone. Of course, there are many other different palettes available in different shades. So I'm going to take some 99% alcohol and spray that in a couple of the top shades here and just dab that loosely around the wax. So then the next step is the super fun bit, and that is to apply some red around the nose area. So keeping with the alcohol colours, I'm going to take the red from the same palette from before, and I'm just going to apply that around the edges of the nose, following this shape. I'm also going to go underneath my nose as well. Then before we do any more colouring on the base, I'm going to take a Kryolan Bruise wheel and I'm going to take this gorgeous deep red. These are all just creams. And I'm going to take a sharp angle brush and just score down the cut area. So then we can work on bruising up the eye areas. So to do that, I'm going to take the same Kryolan Bruise wheel from before. I'm going to use the dark blue cream from this wheel and I'm going to apply that just underneath my eyes. Okay, so then I'm going to apply the same blue to my eyelids and blend that up. Then, going back to my alcohol palette, I'm just going to take the red from that once more and I'm just going to go underneath my eyes really sporadically, maybe on the brow bone area as well. We just need a few broken capillaries here and there. Okie dokie, so you can see what I mean by like broken capillaries and just areas that have been damaged and bruised. So this next step is completely optional, but considering how we've got quite a lot of trauma in this area here and nothing on the bottom, I think it might be nice to do a little split lip. So to do that, I'm just going to take my same bruise wheel from before, I'm going to take the red cream from that, I'm just going to score down my lip and then apply some of the same red either side and blend it away. Then the next step, again, is completely optional, but I'm going to add some scratches around the face, ears and neck. So to do that, I'm going to take an actual paintbrush, just because it's really wispy. I'm going to dip that in the red cream from the Bruise wheel, and I'm just going to score that across the face. So then, last but not least, we can apply some fake blood. So I'm going to be using some Fleet Street fake blood in dark, and I'm just going to apply that into the wound area and around the base of my nose, and maybe let it trickle down a bit. So there we are. So you could add as much blood as you want to this look, really. It depends how much of an impact you want to make. But I think for now, I'm good. And there we go. That's my broken nose makeup officially complete. I think my nose looks sufficiently broken and considerably sore. It's definitely a makeup that will get people talking, isn't it? It's just one of those makeups that can be as big or as small or as gory or as fluffy as you like, really. Then again, when is a broken nose fluffy? You just gotta have fun with it, really. I did. So next, if you'd like to learn how to do a makeup that makes it look like you've got a splitting headache, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so to start my split head effect makeup, I'm going to take myself a makeup pencil. Doesn't really matter which one you use, as long as it leaves a mark. I'm just using a red one, just because it's got to be quite red in that general area anyway, so I thought, why not? And I'm just going to trace the shape on that I want, so I'm going to go roughly around here, all the way down to the middle of my nose. Okay, so once you've got a giant V on your forehead, I'm going to take some liquid latex and a very small sponge, dip that in the latex and then apply that really lightly just to the red pencil. We want most of the area to be at the top here with very little on the bottom. This is going to act as our fake skin when we peel it back. Think of the lines that I've drawn as the guide for where the, and there's no nice way of saying this, skin flaps will stop. Yeah. So anything after the red line is just going to be to blend it off. Then, when that's nice and dry, we can start building up the middle area. So to do that, I'm going to take some regular toilet tissue paper that I've already separated into the thinner halves, and working with itty bitty strips, not much thicker than this, we can stick these down to the middle area, not going outside of the red line, with some more latex. So I'm just going to take my sponge, apply a new layer in the very middle of this V. Then I can take my tissue and pop that down into the latex and then pull it away. Then I'm just going to press that in and then apply a new layer of latex over the top of that. So then it's just a case of repeating that step about 3 or 4 more times until we have a nice thickness built up. Just make sure to cover as much of the middle area as you can and make sure it's dry in between each layer before you start the next one. Okay, so when you've built up enough layers and it's nice and dry, it will look something like this. So you'll notice how the natural colour of the latex and tissue fades off. So the thicker area is in the middle. So the next step is to cut down the very centre of this latex and start lifting it away. Now you could do this with your fingers by just delicately pulling it apart, just making sure not to pull it too far because you don't want to go past this line you've drawn, otherwise you'll start lifting off these delicate edges. I myself am going to be using some really blunt scissors. Now I use these for all my effects makeups because, as I said, they are really blunt. So if you do use something like this, make sure to use something that isn't sharp. Safety first. So I'm going to start by lifting the latex in the middle here and then cutting all the way down until I get to the middle of the bridge of my nose. And then the super fun part, which is just going to be peeling it away. Oh, that's so satisfying. So we can just peel this away and stick it down to itself because latex adheres best to itself. This is why I didn't powder it first. So we can just stick that back like so. So then we can start colouring in the latex to better match my skin tone. So to do that, I'm going to go back to my alcohol activated palette, again using the lighter flesh tone. Once again, these are available in many different tones to suit yours. And from that palette, I'm just going to layer up various different shades just around the outside edge and skin flap. just until everything is nicely blended off. We're not going to go on the inside because that's going to be coloured later on. So then we can start colouring in the middle area of this V shape. So I'm going to be using a red Superstar face paint for this, and I'm just going to colour the entire area inside and the outside skin flap. That's never going to get any easier to say. I'm then going to go back to my alcohol activated colours, and I'm going to take the deep red from the same palette from before, and I'm going to apply that wherever I went with the red watercolour. I'm also going to spackle that just on the edges. Then, still keeping with the same red, I'm going to take a really stiff spackle brush, basically a toothbrush but like more wiry, and I'm just going to really load that up with the red colour and then spackle it going across the face in this general area. So now I'm just going to leave this area for a moment and start working on the eye area. So once again, I'm going to be bruising them up with a Kryolan bruise wheel. I'm going to take the dark blue from that palette, apply that underneath my eyes and on top, scoring downwards just to accentuate the eye bags. I can then go in with the deep red from that palette and apply that in the middle areas of my eyelids and underneath my eyes, and then pull that colour away. Okay, so I've also gone along the edges of my cheekbones as well with the darker blue from the bruise wheel, just to really hammer the effect home. I've also added random bruised areas to the face as well, just so it doesn't look so neat. I did that with the red cream from the bruise wheel. I just literally dabbed it in random areas and then blended it away with my finger. It just adds to the character, I think. So then we can move on to the icky, squishy, gory bits that I know you guys love so much. So to fill this entire area up here and give it a bit more texture, I'm going to use a product called Blood Paste. This is by Grimas. It's like a really thick paste that doesn't tend to dry, but it stays put. So I'm just going to apply that in really random areas, all in the middle of this wound. So yeah, as you can see, as well as adding texture, it also adds some shine to the look as well to make it look a lot more fresh. Then finally, I'm going to take some fake blood. This is Film Blood B by Grimas. And I'm just going to apply that just to the tippy-tappy edges of the wound and maybe have it bleed down a little bit. I'm also going to add some to my hairline here as well. And I think that'll be the look complete. And there we go. That's my split head effect makeup, officially complete. I think this makeup is quite effective. It's another one of those makeups where you could go even bigger if you wanted to, or smaller. It's completely up to you. You could even take a strip of bald cap and apply it in your hairline and then maybe colour it and stick down like a gelatin exposed brain maybe, much like I did with my lobotomized Joker makeup. But for this video, and in the spirit of keeping things simple-esque, this is what I've gone with. Yeah, so yeah, fluffies, that's both of my makeups officially complete. The fab thing about any one of these makeups is any one of them could be done in many different ways. It all just depends really on how gory and complex you want to make it. The limit is your imagination. When have I ever said that? Imagination. They're all a lot of fun to do, and hopefully any one of them will be enough to get some heads turning. Probably in the opposite direction. They're quite bloody. I do really hope these makeups were helpful to some of you out there. God, I had a lot of fun doing them. I mean, when isn't it fun to stick stuff to your face and look creepy? Actually, probably a lot of the time, but you know what I mean. So yeah, fluffies, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did like it, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye fluffies!